Today we are going over new features in Nilear. And we're also going to go over some queuing stuff and targeting rules as well at the end. Feel free to stay if you want to see it, or if you're already using it or know about it, feel free to head out. Anyway, my name's Marty. If you do ever want to chat, sign up for a demo. I'm more than happy to go over things with you the best I can. If you guys are familiar with MTX or using MTX, you are probably aware of being able to work on multiple tickets at the same time using the one ticket method, which allows you to put multiple tickets in progress. We did not have a limit on this for a long time, and we created a limit. So under your MTX settings right here and under my tickets, there is a new setting in there to, let me just scroll down so you guys could see it, to limit how many tickets you have in PSR. Obviously, you don't want your guys having like 20 tickets in process still running. How do they actually juggle them? Um, so you can still do unlimited, but two or three, I think, is a good limit in there if you wanted to do that. Obviously, if you change it, you might get some pushback, but it's a nice little feature in there to be able to control your guys. Batch set team. Again, in MTX. It'll pop out of these tickets. You could now set a team on multiple tickets by checking off the tickets you want to set the team for, and then choose the team you want to see that ticket. Simple one, but it was requested a bunch. This is a good one. Some MSPs like putting tickets back without a resource. Some MSPs just put a blank resource without a date and time, and tickets can kind of go into limbo. So we added require, schedule, or queue for unresolved tickets. And you could also limit that by or exclude certain boards as well. So kind of a good feature in there. Enough people asked, and we provided. As we were chatting about a minute ago, we do give you the ability to use charge codes for lunch and away from keyboard now. So if you do use Nilear Live here to set yourself to lunch or away from keyboard, or you use the availability board, or you use the time machine, you can come in here, set yourself to lunch away from keyboard. You can go over to my tickets, set yourself to lunch away from keyboard. Now that time could be filled in. Again, if you go into your settings, there is an option to auto-generate charge codes for those time entries. It'll show up on your calendar as a charge code, just like admin time. We did add a little shortcut to in MTX right here to use this drop down to also set yourself to lunch away from keyboard, your location, etc. Whereas before you had to click on it and choose here. So simple but nice. All right, auto queuing. I don't know if anyone's using our queuing system. Again, we're going to go over that in a second, but you could set boards to auto queue now. And instead of coming in here and clicking queue, when a new ticket comes in for all your boards, certain boards, whatever you'd like, it's again under your MTX settings. And we'll go to home and we'll go to settings. That's under boards, isn't it? Yes, auto queue. So you could set your boards to auto queue, which will look at your targeting rules and auto queue your tickets. We're going to be going over more of queuing and targeting rules after we get through some of these updates. Another one we added is warehouse inventory picking and shipping. that is under expenditures. And if you wanted to add a product, and let's say we wanted to look up at a workstation, you could see your inventory from here. You could see your warehouse, default, non-inventory items, etc. SLA. SLA is important. You can set alerts. You can come up here and click SLA. Set your thresholds. And you could also get alerts based on these. And you could do it based off of your tickets or all tickets. You could also add the SLA column here. I usually don't have it because there's a lot of red, because this is my demo board and I don't keep it very clean. So just in case you didn't know, you could also reorder, add, remove columns as well. Timesheets. In the past, you had to go, it's one of the few things you had to open ConnectWise for to submit timesheets or look at timesheets. Timesheets are here now. You can look at yours. You could look at anyone's. Drill down on it. There's different views in here. You could have a grid view. You could have your calendar view. You could submit timesheets from here as well. You could drill down on any of this stuff, get into the details. All right, we added AI. We added AI to a bunch of things. I'm going to create a new ticket here for good old Bruce. All right, we're just gonna, actually, I want to change that board to the help desk board. Okay, so now you have the ability to polish emails in here. I'm going to use one of my saved emails, which can be categorized and shared with others. And we're going to add that. And I think it reads fine, but what do I know? Let's ask AI. You have the polish button. You click that. It'll show you the original. It'll show you the polished version. I'm sure this one's better, so we're going to accept the changes on that. So if you have any issues with your text, grammar, spelling, whatever it may be, use the polish button. It'll help make things look more professional. And that you could actually limit who could set yourself or someone else to lunch away from keyboard and all that stuff. That one is under member management, which is right here, and module rights, the availability status, any, all self. So if you wanted to control who can do what there, you can do that now. I'm sure all your customers put in perfect summaries when they submit tickets. Bruce here just submitted a ticket that says help exclamation point. I could drill down on this ticket, and we have a little AI button here to polish a summary. When I click it, it analyzes what's in the ticket and gives me some options. You can see the description says my printer's not working. I can't log into Sage. My mouse will not right click. And it gives you multiple suggestions. Printer not working, Sage login, right click not functioning. Split ticket, more AI stuff. You put in one ticket for 3 issues. What happens when we click split ticket? It'll allow you to keep your original ticket. You can keep the original summary as well. Create a ticket for Sage and create a ticket for your mouse. So it will gladly create you 3 tickets out of the 1. Polish notes. Excuse me. So if you put in some notes in here, you do have the ability to polish your notes as well. Works just like polish email, looks for spelling, grammar, makes things more clear. Again, more professional. Create goals with AI. So you can see here, AI suggests to put in some tasks to create goals and check off the tasks. So, and we do force you to check your tasks off before you can complete the ticket. So maybe dispatch wants to use that to make sure things are getting done properly and nothing gets missed. Handy little feature. And if you guys ever think of any cool ideas or anything like that for us to add, please let us know. We love getting feature requests. We love adding new things in there. It always to helps us to help you, and we like to think of things to help you as well. One thing I can't really demonstrate, I'm going to show you on this, is in MTM, My Tickets Mobile, which is our web app. We added the ability to use your finger to drag back and forth instead of clicking the buttons. So instead of having to click left and right, you could use your finger to swipe left and right, which makes it more app-like. Cool. So those are some of the features we released recently. We're going to go over a little bit of queuing now. Queuing, well, most MSPs have a dispatcher, and when a new ticket comes in, you can click dispatch, which gives you a calendar view of who you want to assign the ticket to. And you come over here and click on that spot, and it'll pick that person, that date, that time. You could set the rest of the attributes manually, or you could use our configurable quick picks to choose them. You could actually click the schedule button. You could pick one person. You could pick multiple people. Date, time, attributes. We added the queuing feature. Maybe you're familiar with it, maybe you're not, but it's pretty awesome. So if I come over here and click queue, like I mentioned earlier, you could set your boards to auto queue, or you could manually queue tickets by clicking the queue button. You can queue based off of board team, company team, skill level, or a combination of those. So this ticket is targeting on board team. You create your board teams and company teams in ConnectWise. This is targeting 6 people. These people are not resources on the ticket. It's in their queue, which will show up in the My Queue tab here, which we'll go over in a second as well. So maybe dispatch queues the ticket based off of the targeting rules. Again, we're going to go over those in a second, but maybe there's certain people that dispatch doesn't want to see the ticket in their queue. They can come in here and manually remove people. And you can see this is manually set by Marty now. I could reset it back to the rule. Go back to company team. There we go. I can set it back to the rule and again, pick and choose. So your targeting rules. So your default rule, you could do it based off a board team or company team if it doesn't match any of your other rules. And the rules can be reordered. So when you click queue or auto queues, the first rule it's going to look at is this high priority rule. If a ticket comes in with a priority 1, assign it to someone with a level 3 skill. What's a level 3 skill? It's something I completely made up. These are my 4 people that have our quote unquote level 3. So those are the people that's going to see that ticket if it matches that rule. If it doesn't match that rule, it's going to go to the next rule, my VoIP rule. If it comes into the service board, has a service type of telecom, assign it to someone part of the company team with a VoIP installer skill. Again, I made up the skill. These are the people in it. If it doesn't match that rule, you can create funky rules like this one. If it comes into the service team, as a service type of demo logic, assign it to someone part of the company team with a John Smith CEO skill level. John Smith doesn't like to work with everyone. He only likes to work with these people. So I created a rule for him, and when he puts a ticket in, he's going to get someone that he's familiar with because that's John Smith. You could have very simple rules. If it comes into the service board, assign it to some part of the company team. Or if it comes into the project board, assign it to someone with a project role. What does a queue look like? It looks like this. This ticket was scheduled for this morning, therefore it's at the top of my queue in red. I'm a resource on it. It's not actually queued. If you're a resource on a ticket, it will show up in here as well, unless it's a resource for tomorrow or the future. Then it's not going to show up until that day. But if there's a past resource on it for yesterday, last week, it's going to show up in here. If it's for today, it might show down here and then slowly work its way up. As you can see, this is scheduled for 1:15, 2:30. They'll slowly go up. Let's say this ticket just came in and I need it worked on as soon as possible. Your dispatcher, can come in here and slide it to the top for the next ticket to be worked on. Maybe this ticket doesn't need to be worked on right away. I could slide it down. You could also restrict queues so people can't move tickets around. I can go into other people's queues and change the order of their tickets as well. Once someone grabs a ticket, say someone else grabs this ticket, it's going to disappear from my queue. I'm not going to see it anymore unless it's assigned back to me or added back to the queue. So your dispatcher, whoever, can decide what order tickets are worked on, who sees the ticket, again, not resources on the ticket, and create your targeting rules. And also your skills. If I go under skill management, it's very easy to add a skill or a category. Come in here, create a category. Maybe your category is networking. And under networking, you have Cisco and SonicWall as your skills. You can come in here and you could add, remove people. Pick whoever you want. Are they beginner, intermediate, expert, advanced? Are they certified? If you do start setting skills, once a day, your technicians will be notified that a skill was added for them. And they could approve it or come to you and say, maybe I don't have this skill, or maybe I'm better than you think at this skill. Once and only once a day will it verify a skill. So if you add 50 skills over the next 50 days, they'll be notified. And using the queuing feature, it's the wave of the future, guys. Works awesome. It puts the ticket in the hands of the people you want to see it, and you get to choose the order of what tickets are worked on. And I also like to point out, you can see this little minus sign right here. That means I modified it. So if I reset that back to rules, it'll go away. If I come in here and say I'm going to remove Anna and Brandon and come over here and look at the ticket, you'll see that there. It took me a second to figure that one out. So it's still in queue, but it's not fully in the rule because it was manually set by me. And you could reset it back to the rule whenever you want. These are all bots, so you can't actually see. But if you look at your time machine, if you have tickets in queue and people are working on them, you could actually see there's a little icon, the little queue icon, which looks like this will show up on the availability board and time machine when they're working on a ticket that's in queue. So if you come over here and say, wow, this ticket's not queued and they're working on it, maybe they shouldn't be. So you do have visibility over here to see if people are working on queued tickets or not as well. Have a great rest of your day. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us, okay?